At a moment ago.
Okay, so these guys with the teeth.
That's a real vampire bat.
And so they actually bite animals and suck their blood?
Lap their blood.
What is this that we're looking at?
That's the kind of special tongue that a vampire bat has for
Oh, whoa.
I tell you is that one of the smartest colleagues that I ever had, a guy named Jack Bradbury, he was a top-notch bat researcher. He ended up going off studying, I think it was grouse or something. But back when he was studying bats many years ago, he announced that he was going to try to test Vampirum spectrum. This is a big carnivorous bat with a nearly 3-foot wingspan. It's the biggest New World bat, lives in the tropical America. He was going to test them to see how smart they were. And this is a cool bat. Before I tell you about his test, the parents take turns babysitting. They go out and they hunt and bring food back for the one that stayed and watched the pup. They appear to mate for life, and they're carnivores. They eat everything from insects and frogs to rats and parrots.
And this is a vampire bat?
It's not a vampire bat. It's named Vampirum spectrum because somebody mistook its big teeth and thought that it was a vampire when they named it.
And what is it? You want to tell more about this bat?
Well,
is that what this is? Is that this kind of bat?
No, that is a vampire
It just switched.
bat.
It just switched this.
That is a vampire
Okay.
bat.
Right.
That bat is crazy. Play that.
It's on a horse, I think.
Oh, what a little creep.
Well, hang on a minute. Let's go. Let's stick with one story until we
Okay,
finish.
no,
it.
so I didn't- I-
Stick with your
The
first. We'll go
Vampirum
back to the bat.
spectrum. There's a whole bunch of bats named Vampirum, named with vampire type names scientifically. Not a single one of them is a true vampire. They're all mistakenly named vampires. So the one I was originally telling you about is not a vampire; it's a carnivore. But this colleague of mine that I so highly respected announced that he was going to do some tests to test the intelligence of this species of bat. I saw him a year later and said, well, how'd your research go? He laughed, shook his head, and said, I gave it up. The bat was smarter than I was.
What was wrong with the test? Like, why
He
did
would
he say the
design-
bat was smarter than him?
He would design a test that he thought the bat couldn't, would have to do it a certain way, and then the bat would find an alternative.
Wow. So there's carnivorous bats, there's bats that eat fruit, and then why do we call bats vampire bats? Did we initially think at one point in time they were sucking blood?
There are some vampire bats. They're found only in Latin America now.
Oh, so they're real.
Yeah. We were just looking at a vampire bat a moment ago.
Okay, so these guys with the teeth.
That's a real vampire bat.
And so they actually bite animals and suck their blood?
Lap their blood.
What is this that we're looking at?
That's the kind of special tongue that a vampire bat has.
Oh,
for
whoa.
that. Now, before you get too put off by vampire bats,
I'm not put off. I'm excited.
let me point out that these are really sophisticated animals that in every way. They're the ones that were first found to have altruistic relationships with friends and help them and even feed them in times of need. They adopt orphans. These are animals that they're always they're almost. Now, you didn't get this from my website.
No.
This is
YouTube.
If you went to my website, one of the cutest pictures on my website, one that I get a big kick out of showing people, because when I show it to them, their reaction is, "Oh my God, isn't he cute?" And it's a vampire. It depends on how you show these bats. They're right there at the bottom. That's a vampire.
It was.
Oh wait, not that.
This photo.
That one. That's a vampire.
He's very cute.
And it's just how you show these animals.
Well, you're very defensive because I don't have a problem with them being vampires.
Well, I don't have a problem with now the first one you're looking at that was lapping blood.
Yes.
That was Desmodus rotundus.
It's fascinating. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's really interesting.
It's the kind of vampire that causes most of the trouble. It gets vampires in trouble in Latin America. They're a problem because we came in and cut down the rainforest and brought in cattle, and they overpopulated because they had an easy food supply.
Okay, so that's what they're causing trouble down in Latin America, because there's so many of them.
They're overpopulated.